Hey, folks, how are you? So darn, we got 10 people in here. We don't have a guest tonight, and basically, we're just gonna have a yak session. And
Yeah, so we are relying on you guys to ask us questions so Papa can answer them. Ask us questions so Papa can answer them.
this is funny. I like Devil Dog. Devil Dog was in here last week, so welcome back. He says, "Hello, all. I'm out shopping with my wife." Well, here, I do that same thing, and here's how it goes down. Devil Dog is when I used to go to the mail, when I used to go to the mall. So my daughter and my wife, they would be going into the little stores, and I would find a bench where I could see the store that they were in, and my butt would get planted right on that bench, and I would just wait for them to finish their thing. And then when they come out of the store, I would stand up and go to the next bench. There's few things I enjoy less than shopping. So welcome back. Glad to have you. So who all we got in here tonight?
I'm starring some comments. Good, and you can call them out from the starred.
All right. So Sarbini Halim. So Sarbini Halim has been in here for the past few weeks, both with commenting on a lot of the videos. They've been in here to the lives a couple of times. So welcome, Betty Jean Holson. Betty Jean used to be a regular. I haven't seen Betty Jean in a long time. She was in here a little bit earlier. We have our main moderator extraordinaire, Paula Wells. Missouri Outlaw, Randy. That's the other half of White Shoulder Boar Goats. And Randy, I got a surprise for you tonight, based on some of your comments and feedback to me this week. So you don't know that it's coming, but I'm going to surprise you. Who else? We got Michael Marchone in here. Welcome, Michael. Who else? We got Shannon in here, White Shoulders Boar Goats and Farmstead. That's the better half of Randy and White Shoulder. Randy, Missouri Outlaw Randy and White Shoulder Boar Goats. So that's the better half of that pair. He'd probably disagree. Devil Dog, Jesus is Lord. Welcome. Kyle Randall, how are you, sir? Glad to see you back on the horse. I've enjoyed seeing you in the video that Paula just put out. I think it was yesterday. So good to see you in that. Christy Betts, welcome.
Hey, Paula.
Huh?
I have something to show Paula. So Paula was asking about this last week. She wasn't sure what it is. This is called a Fuggler. 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 And it's a funny, ugly monster. So those are teeth, like little people-looking teeth. And then it even has, I don't know why they would put that button there, but there's a button right there and button eyeballs and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, this thing is, and it's made like this, it's like non-destructible, almost like a dog toy. But yeah, I took it down because I reorganized. If you guys can't see in the back, I still got a little bit of mess right there that I need to clean up, but this is called a Fuggler. Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. Patrick gave it to me.
Something that was purchased, or is that something the kids made?
They didn't get it. It's not made. But I don't know where they got it from.
Huh.
But I just thought it was cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hang it on my little shelf thing. And so it got hung up, but it also got took down whenever I reorganized, mainly because Paula was asking about what on earth it was last time we were live. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take it off. I'm going to introduce everybody to the ugly monster.
So also we got in here Michael Keener, and I want to say, Michael, thanks, but no thanks for your Facebook comment that my wife has now seen and memorialized, which is May will be Buy Your Wife a Goat Month. And it's like, I feel like every single month is Buy Your Wife a Goat Month, because I don't think a month goes by where she doesn't buy herself a goat. So she doesn't need my help buying.
We need to start selling.
She does perfectly fine on her own. But there's hope for the influx of goats, though, because this week I think it was yesterday actually. Only one goat came in, but 3 went out. So she knew that she couldn't, because she just got, you saw the video where she went down to Central Florida. She went down to get 2 goats, comes back with 3. Then she goes down and sees the same breeder and comes back with 2 weeks later from the same breeder. So in a matter of 2 weeks, she brings home 5 goats. So
hey, listen, at her defense, those are pretty cute goats.
They are very cute goats, and they're very good pedigree goats. But then so she knew she wasn't going to get no more money to buy goats. So what does she do? This is brilliant. And she's just absolutely thinking out of the box. She trades 3 goats for 1 goat. So, and preference on another, for that same breeder, she traded 1 mama and 2 babies from this season, which were unregistered, for a breeding doe for one of her favorites. It's her daughter from another breeder. So it's just, so no money changed hands. So I don't really have a leg to stand on.
And you lost, and you have less mouths to feed.
I do. So
yeah, you can't complain about that.
I can't complain about that, but somehow it doesn't feel right.
So we also got some. We also got some other eggheads in here. Vineyard Chicks. They've stopped by. So thank you, girls, for coming in. And then we also got Ann Miller, and that I believe is everybody.
No, we got we got Sandy from Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona in here.
I thought you'd already called out Sandy. I apologize, Sandy. I did not miss you. You are a starred comment.
One of my favorite channels there. So welcome, Sandy. Glad to see you in here. Paula says, I kicked, screamed, and threw a right proper fit if Mama wheeled a cart onto the carpet at White Shoulder Border Goat. I'm not sure what that means. So
yeah, there's a story behind that comment, I'm
sure. So Vineyard Chicks, welcome. So I think I caught everybody. So welcome. So Rick's got
a question. How many people have already planted? How many people have already planted? I think the last video, I put a little short video out of me and Chelsea, I believe, harvesting squash and zucchini. Lala is a smart cookie. You're right, Keener. But harvesting of squash and zucchini, and someone, I believe, said that theirs is not going in for like another month, at least putting them outside. I think some people have gotten their seedlings started. But just to, rub dirt in the wound, we have now harvested what, Dad? I had harvested 2 grocery bags slap full of green beans.
Yeah.
Delivered 2 small bags to Lala and Papa the other day to put in the freezer. And then me and Chelsea ourselves, all together, it was like 4 gallons, 4-gallon trash bags that we ended up using. And then we have 3 in our freezer. And then I think I'm on like the 3rd or 4th cutting of squash and zucchini. Now the squash, I've been harvesting really, really early. So they're only, I know that doesn't do a good representation, but they're probably about 6 inches long, and so they're pretty small. Now the zucchini, I'm gonna pull it up really fast.
Well, not to mention what we have harvested, but then we're getting, we're really. I know Lala had a conversation with Michael Keener within the past couple of weeks about bartering, and we have bartered animals. We've got some folks that are interested in chickens, and then Rick found one of Madeline's schoolmates that are friends with Rick and Chels. Rick bartered zucchini and squash that was fresh picked for, I don't know how many bags, 20 bags of.
It was 20 full size black trash bags of oak leaves a little bit of pine straw and some hay, some waste hay from their goats. He bagged them up for us. That way we could go ahead and I rolled up and I surprised Papa because I didn't even tell him where I was going. And I'd already given the guy the squash and zucchini. I think his name's Adam, if I'm not mistaken. But again, it's just a friend of Madeline's father. And he said he would bag them up and everything as long as I promised to come and get them, because he's already done it before for somebody else. And I guess they did him dirty. He bagged all this, and then the guy never came. So he ended up just burning everything anyways, but it took him extra time. He was almost double working himself by bagging everything up. But Dad, this is that zucchini that me and Chelsea, we went ahead and see if I can blow it up a little bit. But this is the squash, or the zucchini, excuse me, that me and Chelsea harvested out of the garden the other day. And it was so large that it grew over to the next zucchini plant and was shoved up against the stalk coming out of the soil. And so that's why you see it kind of cylindrical and it looks uniform. And then at the very top, it comes out to a circle. Right. Because it was actually pushing itself up against the other plant. So it's pretty cool.
Well, we've got, I did the one video. It wasn't a very good one because there wasn't really any video to shoot. But we also I planted a food forest this year of high acidic loving plants. So we've got there's just, I was communicating yesterday with Jamie from Jewel Small Space Gardening, and talking about, he did a video just recently on raspberries. And David the Good had also recently did a video on raspberries, but thornless raspberries from the University Extension in Arkansas, I believe. So I'm going to try to get my hand on some of those. But we have, how many? I mean, there's got to be 1,000 plants around this property of wild raspberries. And so
they're starting to flower. So yeah, I'm going to give them like 3 weeks and you'll be able to go out there and pick them.
I mean, we can easily pick a quart a day. And then we'll be able to do that for probably close to 8 weeks. And it's just insane how much there is. So within that food forest, we'll have all the raspberries we could possibly want. We've planted, I think, 3 or 4 blueberry bushes, which are already now flowering. We've got all of our mint in the ground. Our lemon balm is in the ground, all within this food forest. In the periphery of it, the border of it, is made up with this Everglades tomato that I planted. And lo and behold, I went up there I'm going to take a picture and post it because I'm very proud. It's kind of like a father and his baby. I've got little tiny tomatoes on that plant that are about this big, that are green tomatoes. And I'm like pretty darn proud of that. So I will keep you appraised of that. So Mulberry Branch Farm, welcome. Ashley and Marky.
Huh? I'm going to show them really quick.
Who?
Literally how much. So this right here, give you guys a bird's eye view without actually showing you where we're at. So this is my house way back here. All right. And all of this is our main little harvest area. If you follow the mouse, all of this is our harvest area for
wild raspberries.
For the what?
Wild raspberries.
Yeah, wild raspberries. And so the cool thing is that you can see where there's actually lines. Those lines are planted pine trees. And so the raspberries are actually intertwined in those pine trees. And so what I'm planning on doing, because all this is raspberries that we actually can't even get to because it's overgrown. We don't mow it. We don't maintain this section like we do up front. As you can see, this is kind of loose. And so all this back here is open. And so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take the bush hog and run it up and down a couple rows of pine trees. That way, instead of only being able to harvest along the outer edge, we'll actually be able to walk in between the planted pine trees and harvest a lot more raspberries than we have in the past. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing something like that. That'll be
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
we're the only thing that limits the amount of raspberries that we can harvest
Is people
really
coming out and picking them.
getting to them, and yeah, I mean having labor to go get them. So it's pretty crazy, pretty crazy. So this
what
week,
we got? Hold on, I asked that question. So we got no plants yet. Packing to move to the country. Where? So Christy Betts, where are you at right now, and where are you planning on going? Do you know that, Papa?
no.
Yeah, where are you moving to? I'm gonna care to guess that if it's out of state and you don't live in Texas or Florida, you're probably moving to Texas or Florida. There was actually a thing on the news the other day, Dad. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a thing on the news that is saying that
welcome to our newest egghead, Sandy from Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming.
Well, hello, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Sandy. So, but there was a news article that was saying that Florida, it's one of, like, we've always been a relatively cheaper state to live in, but because of this massive influx of people that I know it's crazy to say, but they enjoy freedom. They're moving to Florida. And so the rent and all that kind of stuff is skyrocketing in places like Miami-Dade, Orlando, Tampa, Tallahassee, Panama City, and all that. The rent rates and the mortgage rate, like for people that are buying new homes, is skyrocketing to where it's almost, we're getting more expensive to live down here. So you'll have your freedom, but you're going to pay a lot for it.
She says she's moving to Southwest Tennessee. I tell you what, if I could live, people have asked me this in the past, and I wouldn't leave Florida now because we're too established. My whole family's here, but if I could go back 35 years and move anywhere I want, I would probably move to north central Georgia, right more toward the eastern side of northeast Georgia. And if I couldn't live there, then it would be eastern Tennessee. Those are, in my opinion, two of the most beautiful places in this country. And I've been all over the country. Now, granted, there's some beautiful places, but those two take the cake.
Yeah, Georgia's just, if you've never visited Georgia, Georgia's very similar to, dare I say, California, in the sense that if you go to California, you can get.
I want to hear this.
It is. I'm not referring to the people. And excuse me if you live in California, because if you're watching this, you're probably not one of those people. But if what I'm referring to is the land. So you can go to California and you can get mountains. They have that in Georgia. You can go to Georgia and get beach. They have that in California as well. You can go to Georgia. You're not going to get desert, but you're going to get these humongous clay areas where it's like dead. It's hard for a lot of things to grow. You can go to California and find deserts. And there's Atlanta, there's other large cities in Georgia, just like there are in California, but there's a ton of country folks that are in California and in Georgia. I love Georgia. I don't ever mind going and visiting. I absolutely love northern Georgia. By the way, if you do go to Tennessee, Dad, I'll keep the chickens, but you need to take all the goats.
That's not an option.
All the goats, but I'll take the chickens. You can start over with chickens up there. No, if I had a choice, and I've thought a lot about this, and it's really just because of, again, the large influx of people that are moving to more rural areas, is if I had the choice, or if I had to redo anything, I would move as far away from the interstate as I possibly could. Because the closer you get to the interstate, the more people you got, and the more expensive things are. And so we're kind of we feel bad because I was talking to you about the house, the really nice house that's on our way to the farm from town on the right hand side. Well, that's going to be these guys. It used to be a RC airfield. Absolutely gorgeous property, right, Dad? It's absolutely beautiful. It's the only thing that I don't like about it is there's not a lot of
close to 30 acres.
Yeah, it's huge. Well, they got rid of the airstrip or the airfield, the RC airfield, and they put a very, very, very nice house. They built pastures. They put all the infrastructure in, and then lo and behold, 6 months later, they clear out pine trees, which is no big deal because people are always clearing out pine trees in Northeast Florida. But you always kind of look to see what they do after they clear the pine trees. And Keener, I'll foster the goats. Yeah, you'll have to fight Lala. She loves you, Keener, but I don't know if she loves you that much.
Mike's probably one of the few people that him and Jalen are probably two of the few people that she would trust with her goats.
But anyway, whenever they cleared out the pine trees and logged off the pine trees, they in return did not plant new pine trees. And so everybody immediately knew that something was up. And right next to this 30-acre plot where this person just made like this awesome or built this awesome house way off the main road, they're doing 40 houses in there they're nicer houses, but it's still going to be a development. Right. And that would drive me nuts.
And they built this house and they built these paddocks, and it's going to be a small horse ranch where they will board horses. And it's probably 30, 40 acres large. And right next to it is now a subdivision with 40 homes. And I would just be out of my mind nuts if that were to happen to me. So, all right. So what else we got in here? Christy Betts. Yeah, Lala ain't moving without her goats. No, she is not moving without her goats. She doesn't have to move. And we've got, there's just a very small group of people that she trusts to take care of her goats. And Michael, you'd be on that short list.
So these were questions this is that question that I asked earlier about people. I know I kind of got off subject whenever I was talking about Christy Betts and her moving. But Keener says, we can't plant this year, too late. And I'm assuming the chickens keep getting into our raised beds. Papa fixed that with a lot of infrastructure. And then Vineyard Chicks, Bunky started hardening off cold hardy plants today. Awesome. So I'm sure there was more after that, but I got to talking about Betts moving to Tennessee. So got some raspberries.
Welcome. Simple ain't easy. They've come in since we did intros. So this, I've been talking for the last several months. That I've been spending a ton of time out in the barn, my workshop barn, and getting that set up. And I've talked to you about one of the things that I wanted to kind of migrate toward was doing, some projects in the barn and kind of putting that onto the channel as well, kind of expanding that. So in the process of talking about that this week, I was exchanging some comments back and forth on one of the videos. I think it was one of the pictures with Randy from White Shoulders Boar Goats, a Missouri Outlaw. Randy is who you see on here. And Randy said, make me a baseball bat. And I'm like, oh, I'm not making a baseball bat. He said, I need a tire thumper. Now, if you don't know Randy is a truck driver. So I never know. Every week when we come live, Randy's joining us on our live, and he's a truck driver. So I never really know where he's at. One day he's going to get back here to Northeast Florida one day, and we're going to be able to finally meet Randy. He thought he might be here when the Players Championship was here last month, because he was actually the one hauling the PGA trailers up here to Ponte Vedra, Florida, which is right on the coast. So Randy says, I need a tire thumper. And if you don't know what a tire thumper is, for a truck driver, a tire thumper is what they use to kind of hit the tires, and they're listening for a tonal change in the tire so they can tell whether that one tire on their truck is high or low. So I said, well, Randy, what does a tire thumper look like? And Randy said, oh, it looks like a baseball bat. It's about a foot long. So this is what I made for Randy. So this is Randy's tire thumper that I made for him. And I just have to get it to him. So this was actually the very first project. It's a billy bat, y'all. No, it's a tire thumper. It's not, I don't know what a billy bat is. So this is what I made for Randy. This is the very first project that I made on my new lathe. And, it's polyurethane covered, but it's made out of oak. So it will last you, Randy. And so LaLa's going to get this in the mail to you this week. And
you're going to ship a weapon?
Huh?
You're going to try to ship a weapon?
It's not a weapon. It's a tire thumper.
I'd put a sticky note on it for UPS whenever they open it up and go, this guy's trying to, and then they'll see the
not illegal to ship
note
like this.
They'll see the sticky note and it'll say tire thumper, and they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll ship it.
So Bradley says we use those type of bags fishing. We call them mackerel mallets.
Yep. Yeah, you get a who said that?
Brad from Down Under fella.
Yeah, so here we have what they call reef donkeys or an amberjack. And if you are lucky enough to get a thank you, Randy, very much, man.
That wasn't necessary,
yeah,
Randy.
You did not have to do that.
Postage.
You did not have to do that. But down here we have, or over here we have amberjacks, and so if you're lucky to get them in the boat, they are an extremely, extremely strong fish, and so a lot of the time they use a billy club to go ahead and knock it out. So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of those. They're usually just metal, and that's what they're used for. People have them on a tether that's attached to their boat. So.
Vineyard Chicks, Lala Farm. I'm betting you have a special section in your garage for those tire thumpers. No, I have a special section in my garage for wood. And, and this is one thing that, as we add more and more members to the channel, I want to hear from you all about, what would you like to make? Because what I would like to do, the next thing I'm going to show you, this is the second thing that I made. I'm not going to give this away because it's not perfect. This was kind of the prototype, and I don't want any crude comments. So this is a dibber. And what a dibber is, if you're not familiar what a dibber is, it basically is what you can plant seeds with and plant plants with. So if you say something that's got to be, 3 inches deep, 6 inches apart, you can take this and these lines here, 1, 2, so that's 3 inches right to that line right there. To that line right there, and then you just poke this down to the ground. It'll make your hole, put your seed in, or if it's a deeper plant, then you can use this to kind of hollow out your hole, and then stick your like Paula was doing, planting her tomatoes this week. So this is kind of the prototype. So I used a beading tool right here, and it took a lot of chunks out, which shouldn't have happened. So I'm just going to use a parting tool on the next one and just kind of make little grooves around here, but the rest of it will look exactly alike. And if I can get one that looks really good, then I'll use that as like the raffle material, the raffle item for next week. And I'm probably going to make our members, something. I've got something else in mind that I'm going to make our members individually. It might be a dibbler, but it's probably not going to be a dibbler. But this one I'm going to actually give to Paula Wells. Paula Wells is on here every week. Paula does, our moderator. She's been our moderator for probably close to 2 years. So, I can't give her a shirt no more. She's got all the shirts. She's got all
of shipping is $20, just like Randy did. No, I'm just kidding.
Paula's got all of our shirts. She's got all of our stuff. She's got She's the only one on planet Earth other than us that has both color mugs. She's got a white one and a blue one. And
so Sweet King's Garden. So I know this is not a fishing channel by any means, but she caught a 20-pound amberjack in Hawaii last summer. I'm assuming you don't live in Hawaii, so that would be freaking awesome to be able to go to Hawaii and get amberjack. The only amberjack that I've ever caught is in the Gulf. But I tell you what, like, it was by far the strongest fish I've ever caught, and like actually reeled in and caught. I've had a couple tarpon that have escaped my grasp, but amberjack was an absolute blast of a fish to catch.
Never caught an amberjack. I think the largest fish I've ever caught was probably about a 12-pound king salmon off the coast of Jacksonville Beach. And that's been years ago. But we've caught, Rick and I, when he was really young, we used to go fishing a lot. And we'd go to this place called the Nassau Sound, which is when they built the new bridge between Duval, which is Jacksonville, and Nassau County, which is the next county north, then instead of tearing the old bridge down, which was a concrete bridge, they left it intact, the entire thing, for fishing. So any given Saturday or Sunday, there's thousands of people fishing on this concrete bridge. And it doesn't matter what your level of experience is, you're going to go there and you're going to catch something.
I think that's why we like saltwater fishing so much, is because saltwater fishing is a non-fisherman or a non-patient, someone who is not patient, and you enjoy freshwater fishing. Just try saltwater fishing once, and you'll be hooked, because it doesn't matter. Like, you can go freshwater fishing and not catch anything at all, and you can still say, hey, it was a good day because I went fishing. You can go saltwater fishing and you're gonna catch something. I've only been skunked, and I've been saltwater fishing my entire life, and I think that I've only been skunked my adult life twice. And both times I think the first time it was so windy that I could barely get my kayak straight, because I don't fish out of a boat, and I don't fish offshore. I fish out of a kayak, all 320 pounds of me. And then the second time, I think it was the king tide. I don't know if anybody knows what a king tide is, but unless you know how to fish a king tide, it's a really, really, really high tide. It's really difficult to catch fish because there's so much water.
So Randy, Randy says, I've seen that bridge full of people. So if anyone that's traveled, I think isn't that US 1 or A1A? It's A1A.
A1A. Anybody that's traveled from like Georgia into, like, through St. Mary's, Georgia, down into Florida, and Heckscher Drive, which is Amelia Island and all that, you have, on your right-hand side, you would have seen Nassau Sound. And it is from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning until all the way until dusk. It is, or dawn, dawn. Yeah, all the way to dawn is slap full of people. And then at nighttime, it's even full, but it's full of a different kind of fishermen. They're going out there with these massive reels that are as big as my noggin. And
that would be a very big reel.
I'm telling you, they're huge, and it's like 250, 300 pound test, and they're going out there to fish sharks off of a bridge. And so it's cool to watch them. I've been out there and I've seen them do that before, and it was just, I mean, they bring in like 6.5 foot bullhead sharks and black tip and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, that was the first time that Rick and I had ever caught a shark. I mean, and we routinely would catch sharks, and I'd never really set out to catch a shark, but there is literally in my opinion, there is no better steak fish than a shark. I mean, it is just the whitest, tastiest, most mild fish you can ever taste. It is really, really incredible. We got some new folks in here. So we got Jay and or Cheryl. Given that that there's joke popping, I'm gonna assume that that is Jay from Celtic Roots Farm.
What's up, buddy?
So how are you, sir? And if I'm wrong, then I apologize. Then hello, Cheryl. Who else we got in here? We have got Nona Grace. Nona, welcome. Always great to see you. I miss stopping by your channel as much, but you know, I'm not going to apologize because I have to apologize to everybody. I don't get to your channels. I've just been crazy busy. And then Wright Family Homestead, welcome. It says, well, I'm late like usual. You know, it's the thought.
It's all good. Better late than never.
It's the thought that counts. So there's from the Vineyard Chicks, the LaLa Farm bucket list: Disney World, the LaLa Farm, saltwater fishing. I think we can do it in one trip. Well, I will absolutely. If you guys can get down here, then me and Rick will take you saltwater fishing. That would be a fun trip.
So Celtic Roots Farm. This is how you fix that. You are correct. Sharks do urinate under their flesh. The way that you fix that so they don't urinate in the meat is to either keep them alive until you get back to shore, which is very difficult, or you can go ahead and immediately, once you get them into the boat, do not let them die like don't freeze them in the cooler because they will urinate on their meat. But immediately, and that's like there's like one or two fish that FWC will allow you to bleed out on your vessel, and a shark is one of them. So that's usually what I end up doing is once I catch one that's like 2.5, 3 foot long, that's a good eating size. I usually bleed it immediately. And then once it gets done bleeding, then I throw it in my cooler and it has not urinated under its flesh.
I've never heard that before. Is that true, or is Jay trying to make me? Is he trying?
No, that is absolutely true.
No kidding. All right. Well, I have not tasted the shark that's urinated under his skin then, because it's a really tasty meat.
Papa likes shark urine.
So I don't know. That's kind of weird. All right. So here's something. So I think Bradley had a question about, did you obliterate the caterpillars from your potatoes? So the question that Rick asked me after that video was done, after he put it all together, and he said, well, you know, is it still working? And so I went out there today. Now, it's rained really hard yesterday. It rained really hard the day before. And that's kind of the nemesis of neem oil, is rain, because it will wash it off the leaves. So when it rains, then you generally have to reapply that neem oil to the leaves. But during that period of time, Brad, when we were getting rid of those army worms, it worked wonderfully. We about 3 days or so after I recorded that, that day I reapplied the neem oil. Then it rained the next day. Then I reapplied it about 3 days after that. And as of today, I went out there, and the leaf growth on that plant and the one right beside it, both of those tubs are doing exceptionally well. Like, there's no new leaf eating going on either of those plants. So that neem oil worked really, really well. And that was something that I had learned from another channel that Paula Wells moderates for. I think she's his only moderator, which is Brian from Next Level Gardening. I know Paul has talked about his channel in the past, and he just put out a book recently on companion planting. And it works really, really well. And as of today, there's no pests happening. And I actually sprayed it on the broccoli as well, because there was some some bugs that were beginning to eat those leaves, and now that has stopped, and that's really taken off as well. So I'm pretty happy with it. It works pretty well. I've also since then put some diatomaceous earth on there as well. So, if the neem oil doesn't get it, the diatomaceous earth will. We're trying really, really hard not to use anything that is non-organic. And so far, we've been successful in doing that. Devil Dog says, I guess his wife is now at Walmart. She's shopping. All right. So I talked about, some things that I'm just trying to kind of play and toy with in my shop. So I built this thing. Unless anybody else wants a tire thumper, I don't know that I'll be making any more tire thumpers. That one's going to White Shoulders Boar Goats. This one's going to Paula Wells this is her dibber. And if you'd like a dibber, shoot me an email. And if I get to the point where I make more dibbers, then maybe I'll make you a dibber. But that one's going to go to Paula. It's not perfect, like I said. But I'm going to make, we're up to, as of tonight, we've got 9 members to our channel. 9 members, our egghead crew, and I'm going to be making our members something special. I'm not going to tell them what it is, but here's one clue that I'm going to give our members and what that is. So this is the device that is required to make what I'm going to make for each one of our members. So that'll be 9 of them. So that's the device to make it, though. So if you know what that is, then you'll know what I'm going to be making. If you don't know what that is, then I guess you'll just have to kind of stay tuned and find out later. But that's what's required to make it.
So if everybody looks at the banner down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see type eggheads in the comment section for tonight's giveaway. So if you are not live, if you are not at the live portion of the video, then there's literally, like right now, if I did the giveaway, Celtic Roots would get it.
Grace and Fire knows what it is. You are absolutely right, Grace. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I was just saying, as of right now, 2 people are entered into the giveaway. So type in eggheads into the chat, into the comments, so you guys can have an opportunity to. What are we giving away, Dad?
We are giving away. We're going back old school tonight. So this is one of the LaLa Farm tumbler mugs, aluminum, and all of the feedback that I've got on this has been really, really good. So type hashtag eggheads into the comments, and Rick will be doing the drawing here momentarily.
I'm gonna give him a little bit to get it in there. So what do I got video wise coming up? I got let me look real quick, see what I got in the
well, I can tell you what I
got the wood, the chisel stand. Dad made a stand for his lathe tools. I got that coming out soon, and then I will probably not do back to back. I know a lot of the people that are watching this enjoy watching Papa in his shop. I enjoy hanging out with Papa in his. shop, but a lot of the woodworking videos don't get a lot of views. So I personally, me and Papa, we both try not to publish back-to-back wood shop videos. But right now I got 2 woodworking videos. So this Friday will be a woodworking video, and then we'll work on something this weekend to go ahead and put out that's not woodworking related. So hold on one second.
Grace and Fire, that is very, very cool. So Legally Blind, I used to, in the work that I do, that can mean lots and lots of things. In fact, for many, many years, up until about 3 years ago, one of my subspecialties was the vocational evaluation of people with vision impairments, from everything from low vision to complete blindness with no light sensitivity and everything in between. And so that's very cool. Some of the stuff that I've been able to do with visually impaired and legally blind clients have been absolutely amazing. So I'm talking to Grace and Fire. She said her hubby turns. He's legally blind. Western Blind Rehab Center, VA Hospital, taught himself to use a lathe.
I have a question.
That's amazing.
Is that just, look at, what's the pin? Is that her husband?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was like, I guess that's just like a coincidence. Okay, cool. No, yeah, that's very cool.
That's awesome.
So, let's see. See how many people I have entered the giveaway already. We got 10. So last few seconds to go ahead and get into the giveaway. Again, type in hashtag eggheads in the comment section for tonight's giveaway. I'm going to give you all about another 30 seconds to enter. As of right now,
Southern Boy in here now. We got Michael and Bobby Harris in here.
One of 10 people are going to get it as of right now. So you guys, all you have to do is type in hashtag eggheads in the comment section, and you yourself could win a LaLa's Farm Cup.
So in the last,
do a Vanna White one more time of the
closing seconds. Here's what you're winning. This is an aluminum tumbler. So all you got to do is
all one word, eggheads.
Eggheads. Hashtag eggheads.
All right. Let's see what we got now. We got 12 people. All right. We're going to go ahead and knock it out with the 12 people.
Jesus is Lord. Put in eggheads. Hashtag eggheads, not eggheads. Yes,
with an S. With an S. Yeah, this is all done on this cool little doohickey right here. So if it's not typed in.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, if it's not typed in exactly how it says on the screen right now, it will not count.
Well, Brad, I know you got your shirt. I'm waiting to see you in a video sporting it, brother.
All right, so we're going to close that out. And we ready, Dad?
I am ready.
The winner is Michael and Bobby
Harris. Woohoo!
Awesome. Now, if Michael and Bobby weren't the winner, just to rub it in, because I just noticed there was a draw again at the top.
A what?
Jesus is Lord. You got to come in next time.
Well, we'll do two of them. So we'll do two. One to Michael and Bobby and one to Jesus. I don't think Jesus Lord's ever won anything.
I can't remember or not.
All right, Jesus Lord, you win too.
I'm gonna get rid of that before Papa has to give away anything else.
So, Michael and Bobby, I think I've got your address. Jesus is Lord. Send me an email with your address in it, and we will get this into the mail to you this week. Jesus is Lord is celebrating. Woohoo! All right. So what would you guys, in terms of, so this would be interesting. So Grace and Fire and visually impaired lathe and woodworker. What, I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are, from the folks that are in here, particularly the eggheads. Michael Harris is calling me on the phone right now. Michael, I'm listening to you on the phone. Oh, do you get cups? All right. Okay. All right. So hold on a second. All right. Tell Rick. Michael is out with the goats, and he says draw again because he's already got a cup.
Turn the phone around.
All right. I'm going back to the live. All right. Bye. All right. So draw again. So Jesus is Lord and one other one. So what would you guys like to see in terms of
internet? Trying to give the entire internet Michael's number.
In terms of turning videos, what would you like to see in addition to the dibbler and the tire thumper? Are there any things that you guys would like to see kind of turned? Because what I would like to do is give them away as kind of, instead of doing tumblers and stuff, make things on the lathe and give that away as well.
All right, let's draw again.
Down Under Fella says, nice chicken ringtone. That actually is one of my former roosters, Bradley, that
visually impaired.
Yeah. Visually impaired. All right. Awesome. Visually impaired lathe and woodworker. You get a mug. That's cool. First time in. So Grace and Fire, I think I've got your address because I know I've sent you stuff in the past. But shoot me an email just to verify that address, and we will get a cup out to you, and we will get one out to Jesus is Lord as well. So
what you looking at, Dad?
Grace and Fire says, ooh, I want my hubby to turn bowls, so I'm going to say bowls. All right. Would you, just regular bowls out of one block of wood or segmented bowls? Because I'm kind of liking the whole segmented type of bowl. They take a lot longer, but you can get some really, really fancy designs in those. I think
you're also not wasting near as much wood.
Yeah, I think that would be a ton of fun. So that's one of the things that I want to do. So Sandy says a vase. Oh, all right. So that might be, so instead of making you a dibbler, I might make Sandy a vase. So that'd be cool. All right. So, all right. Anything else?
Grace and Fire. I want to share a really cool thing that I saw on the a really cool thing that I saw while working today. I was not driving, by the way, when this happened. And you can't really see it all that well, but it's pretty neat.
Are you going to show something?
Yes. So this right here, I'm not. There's a helicopter in the air flying, and there's a person attached to that helicopter, and he's like all the way down at the bottom by that line. It was like a helicopter lineman.
Yeah, I saw one of them when we were going over to Michael Keener's several months. When we went over there last time, that's how they were high wire linemen working out of a helicopter. I'm like, that's one crazy occupation there. So
I also want to point out one more thing. This is my last share. These are Teslas, Dad. And I don't know how Teslas usually get to the dealership, but I thought that this was ironic. That's a Peterbilt.
So the Teslas are being transported by diesel trucks.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Well, folks, this has been a lot of fun. So I've got some ideas for what I might want to do for giveaways. So I might do some bowls, and Sandy said a vase. So I might do a vase just for Sandy. I don't think I've done a vase. I'll have to. That'll be fun.
Here is a reminder.
All right. Anything else, Rick?
No, just again. I've said it in prior lives and videos, and I just appreciate every single one of you guys. With the opening of this, the membership that we got going on, the Eggheads, it's just a really, really super cool way to interact with everybody. And Papa tried the live for members only the other day, and it was cool. I didn't like the quality that that was shot, so he's going to try using a different method. But I had also gave him the idea of Celtic roots. That's a definite no. So no, that's not going to happen. I'll only be able to do it once, and then yeah, I'll probably be I'll have to do a live behind bars after that.
Grace and Fire. There's the membership button is on the homepage for YouTube, and it's basically, we're not doing a membership program to earn a lot of money. We're doing it to kind of prioritize how we respond to folks, because it's become increasingly, we're going to hit, I was talking to Rick prior to the live tonight, and as of tomorrow, we will hit 1 million views on our channel. So right now we are at 999,200. So by tomorrow we will be at 1 million views. And during that period of time, 30 months, we have accumulated a little bit over 45,000 watch hours. It's just become increasingly more difficult to really respond to all the comments and really kind of maintain the same level of attention that we enjoyed when we first started this channel. So the membership program just helps us kind of prioritize our time and commenting, because it's become really difficult. I'm sorry, Rick.
No, you're good. It just gives my interpretation of it is it does make it a little bit easier on us to give back to the ones that are going above and beyond to support us. And again, like Papa said, it's not like, we're not getting rich off this by any means whatsoever. Of course, YouTube has to get their cut of everything. But it's 99 cents a month. And, you do get the cool emoji where you're an egghead, and that grows as you stay loyal, staying a member and whatnot. And you get the badge or whatever, and then you get the cool little custom emojis. But the real thing that you guys get out of this is, the interaction with me and Papa and LaLa. And, we want to make sure that, my thought on it, my view on it is kind of more of a behind the scenes, less edited version of what we have going on in the farm. So, the videos that you get from me it's not like we're scripted. We are not scripted at all. We go out there. If something dumb happens where Patrick hits himself in the head with a shovel and says, "Darn," like he did several videos back, that's unscripted. I didn't hit my son with a shovel. But what it does allow us to do is, or what I would like to see happen is me and Papa and LaLa and even Chelsea do some members only content, even if it's not a live, that we can interact with just the members, just the people that are supporting us above just hitting the subscribe button, which is absolutely amazing. We love that. Because I'll be honest with you, the ones that are spending $99 a month are also the ones that never really miss a live. They never miss a video. They never miss a comment, a like, nothing. And so it's a way for us to give back to them. And so again, 99 cents a month. That's what you'll get with it. And then again, it'll just support us. But even if you're not an egghead, everybody's an egghead, but even if you're not an egghead member, and you're not one of the 99-cent members, we appreciate every single one of y'all's view. I was looking at the analytics the other day, and Papa and me have both been looking at the analytics, just seeing how much everything has grown. And one thing that I noticed is our views from subscribers has stayed steady the entire time, meaning that everybody that is subscribed, I'm not saying that all 7,000 of our viewers come back and watch every single video, because that's definitely not the case. But I know that it's the same ones religiously watching our videos every single week when we put it out. and commenting and interacting. And we love that interaction with you guys.
We're keeping that core group of people that come back week after week after week after week. But in addition to that, we're adding about 250 between 250 and 300 subs a month. So over the course of this year, that will put us up around 10,000 by the end of this year, which will just be phenomenal. And we owe that. We are just greatly appreciative, indebted to that success comes from interaction with all of you. And we just are very, very appreciative of that.
Most definitely.
So, all right. So I've got some ideas. I gotta make some more dibbles, dibblers, and then I gotta make whatever this is. I think one person in here knows what this is. That means I'm gonna make some folks for our members, or make some of that for our members, and then I got some other ideas. So some bowls and a vase. That'd be cool. No more thumpers.
Yep.
All right, folks, this has been a blast. So Jesus is Lord says, love you all like blood. Jesus is Lord. I think Paula put our email up there. So it's lala@thelalafarm.com. Just send me your email or your mailing address, and I will get that cup out to you this week. And Grace and Fire, or the husband of Grace and Fire, thanks for stopping in. This was a blast. Glad you could make it in, and look forward to exchanging some trading or some turning talk with you. So this has been a blast. Put that down. You look silly. Very cool. Good night, everyone. Says the Vineyard Chicks. Have a great night. Love all of you. Thanks for stopping by, spending the night with us. This was awesome. Anything else, Rick?
Nope.
All right, folks. Always remember, treat others as you would like to be treated. La La Farm out.
Night, guys.